Hey guys, so today we're going to look at how to determine the manufacturer of a network card or network adapter of some kind by using the MAC address, the physical address that's built into the card. So the IEEE gives every card manufacturer a prefix to use with its addresses, and so we're going to look at how to search that. It's basically just an internet page. IPChecktool.com is the easiest way to do it, and so basically all you have to do is find the MAC address, which is easy, and then go to that page and do a search. So let's go ahead and go to the desktop. Okay, and the first thing we want to do is go to the actual page. We are currently IPChecktool.com, and that's where we are. There are a lot of different things you can do from this page. You can ping, you can trace route, you can do IP searches to find out where people are, where IP addresses are located. In this case, we're going to do the MAC search, which basically allows us to look for hardware address, the built-in address, and then that we can use that to find out who manufactured the card. This is really handy if you need to know where you can get updated drivers or whatnot. Usually the MAC address not only is available electronically from the card, but it's also printed on either the box or the piece of hardware itself. So if you can determine the MAC address, you can also find drivers. You can go to the website. So let's go ahead and see what we have here. First thing you want to do is you want to pull up we're going to pull up a command prompt, and we're going to do IP config /all, and this will give us the IP information for all of the network adapters in this case in my laptop. So we click there. Now I have several. I have a tunnel adapter. Basically this is a pseudo interface. It's not real. It's a virtual interface. I have a Bluetooth connection, which is not connected to anything. I have a wireless LAN, which is also not connected to anything. I have another wireless LAN connection, which is also not connected to anything. Then I have another wireless LAN, which is not connected to anything. Finally, I have a Ethernet adapter, Ethernet 22, which is connected. I have a Ethernet 20, which is not connected. And then I have this is just my information. So host name, library 210 is my computer. The primary DNS suffix is ad.grayson.edu. I don't have any of those things enabled. So what we're going to do first of all is we're going to look at the physical Ethernet card in my computer, and that is, it says it's Intel Ethernet connection. The address is 08920416C067. What that is, that's a hexadecimal or a string of hexadecimal numbers. We're going to copy that, and to copy from a command prompt, you go up to the gray area, right-click, choose Edit, Copy, and that will give me that information. And I'm going to go back to my web page, and I'm going to paste that information in, and I'm going to hit Search by Manufacturer. Okay, and it appears that that network card has been assigned, or that particular MAC address series has been assigned to Dell, which would make sense because this is a Dell laptop. So the vendor is Dell Incorporated, and they have the segment belonging from 0892040000 all the way up to 089204 FFFFFF, which that's the maximum hex for those two-digit numbers, and that's the minimum. So basically the part that identifies them as Dell is the 089204. If you see a network card in the first three digits, the first three hex digits are 089204, well, that tells you that that belongs to Dell. All of Dell's all the cards in that series from 000 to FFFF will belong to Dell. Now, Dell may own other segments, but at least for this segment, you know that it belongs to Dell. So that is how we would basically do it. We just copy the MAC address, paste it in, search by manufacturer at ipchecktool.com, and sure enough, we find that belongs to Dell. All right, let's look at another one. I also have a USB adapter, which is what I'm using through my docking station. It has a different MAC address, so we're going to go ahead and copy that. I'm going to pull up the website again, paste that in place, and search. And now it's a WinStars Technology card, and they own the segment 83, 3F, 5D, all the zeros, to 80, 3F, 5D, all the Fs. So those 3 hex digits, that segment there belongs to WinStar, which is a Chinese manufacturer in Longhua Taobao District, Shenzhen, Guangdong. That was pretty good in China. So basically, my USB adapter in my docking station was manufactured by WinStars Technology. So that is essentially how we use the search feature, the internet, ipcheck.com, to determine who the manufacturer is for MAC addresses. And so we use MAC addresses at the network switch layer. A switch uses a MAC address. Now, a router does not. A router uses IP addresses. A router is the next higher level, so it uses IP addresses. But switches on a network with all the different LAN, on a LAN network with all the different nodes, all the different hosts, a switch will use a MAC address, physical address on the card rather than the IP address. And so basically what happens is the switch is constantly updating itself so that you can plug in new devices, and very quickly the switch will find that new device, and it'll be able to communicate, and it'll be able to send packets from one device to another, and it uses the MAC address to determine that it's supposed to go to what device, what port it's supposed to go to. So that is in fact how a switch is used, and that is in fact how a MAC address is used, and that is in fact how you determine the manufacturer. Okay, so the reason that you'd want to do that, like I said, is to get updated drivers or to do some kind of specific troubleshooting that's specific to that manufacturer. You would use the MAC address, probably silk screened on the card or on the box sometimes. You can find out who manufactured it, even if you don't have the box. Usually it's silk screened on the card itself, and sometimes they, particularly Chinese manufacturers or Korean, some of the other Asian manufacturers don't always put their names. They don't always label, particularly because a lot of times they're knockoffs, and so they don't put company names or anything like that. But they will put the MAC address because they have to. That is, if they want their products to be sold and used in manufacturing, they have to supply a MAC address externally. It can't just be internal. And if you can find that, then you can find out who manufactured the device, and you can also get drivers or whatever you happen to need. So anyway, I hope that was helpful. We will be using that information. That is part of what's on the quiz for Chapter 3. So go ahead and maybe run IP config all on your computer and see if you can find out who manufactured your network card. In the meantime, if you have any questions, I can be reached through the Canvas inbox, or you can visit me second floor of the library by the back stairs, room 210, Canvas Help Desk. Hope to see you Monday night in class. Till then, have a good day.